Traxxas just announced a brand new model, the Traxxas Jato. And guys, I have myself one, but hold on. You were looking at Reddit, looking at all those posts, those spy pictures of everybody posting pictures of the Traxxas Jato. And you said to yourself, hybrid man, this does not look like those spy photos. Well, I got one thing to say to you. What does my shirt say? I got 2 speeds. You got no speed. And this is the real, authentic, original 2-speed baby Traxxas Jato. Don't let Traxxas fool you. They use the word Jato in vain. And I will not let them get away with it. Now in this video, guys, I will unbox a brand new Jato right inside. You want a little peekaboo? I'll give you a peekaboo. Peekaboo!
Tuesday, baby!
So why don't we take a look at what Traxxas wants us to believe is the new Jato. But for me, they will not fool me. This channel has made it to over 100,000 subscribers. We got the silver play button because I tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the Nitro Gang play button truth. If you appreciate the kind of content I do here by bringing the passion, bringing the knowledge, bringing the awesome edited videos, make sure to become a channel member and you too can contribute to making Nitro great again. Don't let Traxxas tell you that they want to use the most famous, fastest name in radio control today, the Traxxas Jato name, in vain. We will not let that happen. To start this off, let's do a little background. So here is the original picture that says leaked photos of the new upcoming Traxxas Jato 4x4 BL2S buggy question mark. I have that same question. So here's the picture. You can clearly see they have the name Jato here on the side. And what does it look like? It doesn't look like the proper Jato, the Nitro 3.3 that we know today. It's actually, it looks nothing like a Jato at all, but here is the Reddit post. Let's take a look at what some of the comments are saying. Why would they name it a Jato? The Jato was originally a Nitro speed truck. Ideally, they should call it the Bandit 4x4. I agree. Everyone seems to agree here in the comments as well. Another guy, BS9 Custom, says, can't believe they are going to disrespect my boy Jato like this. I'd be slightly more okay with it if it was a Truggy. I have the OG Jato. This is just an Arma Typhon. This guy, I would give him a thumbs up, but of course I'm not logged in because Reddit is like literally 2005. Wondering what will the price be on this? Someone says $369, so it's going to be about $350. How can they dishonor the Jato like this? You, my dude, would get a high five or a thumbs up if I was properly logged into a 2005 Reddit post, but I am not. Now let's go to a second source. I was on the Nitro Gang Facebook page, and of course people post interesting information. So a top all-star contributor, Andres Rico Gonzalez, posted a picture of the Jato 4x4 in a box. It appears hobby stores have already gotten them. So here it is, guys. We could take a good look at a pretty high resolution picture. Members have posted in Nitro Gang Facebook group. So before we read the comments, let's just examine what we have. Jato 4x4 brushless. Now the biggest bummer, and I mean this with the ultimate bummerness, it says BL2S. That means this is a budget, probably a $350 chassis. 2S means, guess what? You can only run 2S on it. Guys, the only 2S I run is in my Losi Pro Moto, okay? And I enjoy that motorcycle. If you want to get it, I'll put a link in the description to this video. You can enjoy the Losi Pro Moto and not worry. It's a great bike. But for real, they took the world's fastest production RTR Nitro, which is a Jato. They took the name and they literally put it onto what appears to be a slash chassis. Now, I did see some pictures of this. It does look just like a Rustler 4x4 or a slash under the body. So they have 2 colors, both of which I don't care about at all. They really do need to drop another Nitro, man, and a .21 or something. Butler Vaughn, I agree. You're going to get a like. All right, Luke Hutchinson, a top member of the Nitro Gang. I'm going to give him a like. He goes, nothing in common with a Jato. Same as the Mitsubishi Eclipse turned into a crossover and the Ford Mustang. He's talking about the Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross. He is correct. This is me right here. I go, they can keep it. I already have a /VXL. That's actually quite funny, so I'm going to like my own comment. Zach Wright goes, oh, hell no, brother. Niles Treeman goes, and it's not even like the Jato 3.3 is discontinued or anything. It's an active product. That I agree. It's quite sickening if you ask me. Why are they using the Jato name? That is just unethical. You know, in many cultures around the world, you cannot name a child after, let's say, someone in your family that hasn't already become deceased. Why are they doing this? Are they telling us they're going to kill off the Jato? I will not let that happen. Guys, do not let them kill off the Jato. And if you want one, go to AMain, type in Jato. Better yet, click the link in my description to this video, and you can add this Jato to your cart as long as you want the red color. Because trust me, it's not about colors. It's about going 65 miles an hour. And this Traxxas Jato will get you there. In fact, it's about time to unbox the one that I just showed you in the beginning of this video. Let's go. Let me ask you all a question. Do you want to be holding a pair of insane Nitros maybe 20 years from now? Maybe 5 years? Maybe 10? Do shoulder presses with them? I could do this all day long. Don't let the Traxxas Jato name die. Don't let them use it for another electric. Make sure you make your voice heard. Leave a comment in this video. Maybe 10 to 20 years from now, you too could be holding your Nitros in your hands like I am.
Let's start her up.
Are you properly Nitro hyped up now? Because I know that when I'm lifting some Nitros over my shoulder like this, everything is gonna be alright. And guys, take a look at this number on the box. 65 plus miles an hour. You know what? I don't want to have to say it. The old Nitro Jato is likely to be faster than the new 4x4 one. You know, the Traxxas Jato name has been out for over 10 years. Came out in the mid-2000s. First started as a 2.5 chassis, but it was always one of the fastest Nitros ever made on the market. And people over the years have said, man, I really do wish they made a four-wheel drive Jato. And I'm sad to say, Traxxas did listen to our request to make a four-wheel drive Jato. But the problem is they made it electric. Let's take a quick tour of the box itself, because Traxxas has some of the best box art in the industry. 65 miles per hour, I like that. TQI radio with the included dashboard if you so choose to use it. The reliable TRX 3.3 engine. It's a pretty high RPM engine, features rear exhaust, electric start. The best upgrade for these, if you ever want to get it as close to as good as you can, will be to get an OS carb, an OS 11K carb. We have the proper 2-speed transmission with optimized gear ratios for this particular model. The electric start system, and it includes everything you need. The fuel bottle, the tools, the electric start battery. And for the price, mid 400s, this is a package you just cannot beat. Let's see what we have on the other side of the box, and we're going to open her up. Of course, some awesome information on the engine. Let's take a look at the Traxxas 3.3 and how they get 65 miles per hour. So in essence, they are saying you get 60% more peak power, but of course they are comparing it to the older generation 2.5. When you compare an apple to another apple, you're gonna get an apple. I guess we're all going to be eating a lot of apples soon. We have the awesome Traxxas Resonator dual chambered tune pipe. 0 to 60 in 4.2 seconds. That is real quick. Almost like a Tesla Model S Plaid. Except this is much cheaper and will not blow up. Front and rear sway bars. Pre-glued Anaconda tires. I gotta say, this thing has real accurate steering. You see right here, double shear connections, very no slop, accurate steering. Precision close ratio 2-speed trans. I talked about that already with a slipper clutch. There's the slipper clutch design. Front and rear sway bars. You have an included wheelie bar if you want to run it. This chassis has kind of a unique design where you can mount the battery either in the back or in the middle. We'll talk about that later. Let's take it out of the box. Now this one previously has been open, you know, so don't get on my case. Not everything is new, but this is as new as it's going to get, right? I didn't get that silver play button by selling out, guys, okay? Things are real. Sometimes you got to put them back, then you got to take them out. Traxxas TQI radio. It does the job just fine. 4 AA's. This one is brand new. It has never seen fuel. There's something else inside the box. This thing is a work of art. Let me show you guys the suspension in the front. Incredibly smooth. Out of the box suspension setup. Impressive. Look at that rebound. I could do this for about an hour and a half. Some would call that a disorder. Me, I will call that making Nitro great again. In the rear end, incredibly planted suspension feel. No leaking shocks like certain brands out there. I'm going to take the body off in a little bit. Let's take a quick look at what else you get with this, because you get a giant bag of Jato goodies, as they say. In fact, I'm not going to open all of this up because, you know what, I have all of this, but I'll do a quickie. Here's the battery. We have a charger, the electric start system. There are extra air filter elements. There is an extra glow plug, and that is a touch that not every manufacturer does. An extra glow plug these days is like 10 bucks. And trust me, you want to get all the extra glow plugs you can possibly get. Well, it's time to discuss what makes this chassis remarkable. And that is going to happen with the body off. Me personally, I am a big fan of this red and black color scheme. You have awesome pre-cut hole there for air, and the electric start system is easily accessible here through the top. In reality, you never really even need to take this body off. You could refuel, pull this cap, put fuel in there through the front. Man, this thing is, it's really a work of art. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So here it is, the Traxxas Jato in all of its 2-speed goodness. Now, the 2-speed transmission is housed here in the rear end. They house the differential and the 2-speed together. It is a pretty clever trick setup, if I must say so myself. Awesome, long, clear, well, these are like crystal blue, they're called fuel lines. But I'll tell you this, you could easily see fuel coming in through these fuel lines. That way you know whether your engine is primed or not. Now, if you're lazy enough, you could take your finger and open up the fuel cap here, or if you want to go the whole 9 yards, like Matthew Perry used to do at one time, you could stick your thumb in here and pull the lid like that. Matthew Perry no longer does the whole 9 yards, if you know what I'm talking about. Now, the most interesting thing about this chassis, if you take a look at it from the top down, it really is a work of art. Everything is packaged incredibly well and unique. The shocks, big bore, GTR. Very smooth. I've had Jatos for probably close to a decade now. And I'm going to tell you guys, you will never have leaking shocks. It's just not going to happen. So in this current setup, the battery normally is in the back. You could add a wheelie bar here. They do include it. Or you could remove this center cover and put a 5-cell rechargeable battery here in the center for weight distribution, depending on what kind of chassis setup you would like. High flow exhaust header, rear exhaust engine, and tuned pipe. Extremely minimal slop in the steering, grippy rubber tires. There's a ton of cheap parts for this engine. And you can run this and not worry about not having part support. You will always have part support for this engine. It develops good RPM, good horsepower, and it is 100% enough to get this to 65 miles an hour with a proper tune without trying to kill it. Bottom of the chassis, smooth. You can use a starter box if you want, But personally, the electric starting system is extremely reliable. What do you all think? Traxxas is using the Jato name, which used to stand for the fastest, brand new, ready to run Nitro on the market you can buy today. And they are using a 2S LiPo system in it. Me personally, I'm not going to stand for it. I will not do it. What I will do is buy more Jatos, make them great again, and then hope that people out there like you guys watching are also trying to do the same. When people see the Jato name, they are going to want to yell, I got 2 speeds. You got no speed when they see the electric. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a Nitro Gang video brought to you by a person that cares. A person that earned the play button you just saw the right way, the ethical way, and the correct Nitro Gang way. See you guys later.
And that's a bottom line.
Nitro Gang.
Said so. Oh, no!
If you smell what the Nitro Gang is cooking.
So fine, but her breath is like, ooh. She say she wanna dance, but she don't know how to.